There we go. Wait and see if we get some people showing up. Hopefully.
That's okay. That was a cool intro.
Oh, oh, I should have played the one that you're actually in.
Really? There's one that I'm.
You know, because
Oh,
when you was on the live before, it's this little, where it shows the guest and a bunch of people's uh, camera views all together.
that's cool.
Uh, well, we got a couple people there. Usually takes a while before we get people up in here.
Oh, that's all right.
Well, there's Bubble Bibble and B Charmin.
I can't see where anybody's coming in. Is there something I'm missing?
Uh, yeah, here's
Oh,
Ed.
see now.
Um, Bubble Bibble and B Charmin. It might be up on the side. I don't know on phones how they work.
It's coming on like the far left end of the screen.
Oh, okay. Okay. TN Twister, Heroic Prepper. Oh. Yeah, by the way, I may need somebody to come rototiller my garden for me. You think you'd be up for that?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh. Did you see that beast of a thing?
Yeah.
Uh,
That thing is huge for
it's
just a small area.
it was, yeah. It made it harder because it was such a small area. But I was hurting so bad the next day.
Oh, I bet.
I was like, and here's the thing: the man who lent it to me, he's been working his whole life super hard, like laborer. He's 83 years old, nicest guy in the world, and he was completely fine handling that. I'm like, "Are you okay? How do you feel the next day?" He's like, "Oh, I'm fine." And I'm like, "It's raining here." Hey.
Yeah, I remember my grandpa. He had this big old blade plow, and he would get two big horses. I can't remember what kind they are, and that's how he plowed 10 acres of by hand. Yeah, and I remember because uh, when it was time to go weeding, we had to go out there with the hose and do it by hand because that's all he did. He did it all by hand, and oh, that's some work there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
You see the young people doing it here. Here.
Yeah, and it's been so hot. I've been like the last couple days. I've been like it's like got air conditioning outside, and it's 70, 80 degrees, but it's cool. It's got a breeze coming by and stuff, and it's a lot nicer.
Mm-hmm.
Um, well, I guess we can get started on the canning stuff. If you guys have any questions, uh, just get them in caps or just at me, and I'll try to see chat, see how well that goes.
I'll do the best I can.
um, well, let's see. Um, what's something that you've been getting into here lately? I already know, but
As far as like canning.
yeah,
Okay. Honestly, not a whole lot. I feel like I've just been canning sort of the same things over and over just because we've established our staples as a family now, what we like, what we don't like,
yeah,
what for us, what hasn't. I have made a lot more Mexican chicken and that's probably one of my favorite things to can as of now. And I have been water bathing that. So I made a bunch of that. Oh, and I've been making a ton, and I mean a ton of chicken bone broth. I have about 30 quarts, and then I'm
Oh,
going to
wow.
do some more quarts of that tomorrow.
30 more tomorrow?
No. Oh, no.
Oh.
Like 12 or 15.
Oh, okay. Okay. I was gonna say, geez. But you
Yeah.
got that big, long water bath and for
Yeah.
canning.
Yeah. It's great. I love that thing, but I only run it if I have enough quarts to put
Yeah.
15 or 16 quarts that you can do. And then you could do about 30 pints in it.
Yeah. That'd be good to do, like a big old crop of green beans or something.
Yeah.
Come in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or,
So,
or corn.
yeah. Yeah. So that's kind of like what I've been doing, because we go through a lot of soup in the winter.
Mhm.
A lot of the basis of the soup is chicken broth.
Yeah.
I haven't even gotten to tomatoes yet. I'm like dreading to do tomatoes. I know I need at least 40 quarts of tomatoes.
Yeah. Last year I did tomato sauce and um, pizza sauce.
Mhm.
This year I'm going to try to get as much. See, I knew I should have planted more jalapenos because I
Mm.
want to do cowboy candy and I also want to do salsa. So
Mhm.
I'm gonna have to divide it up a little bit, or find a farmer that's grown a lot of jalapenos.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I planted 14 um, tomato plants, and I'm not sure yet like what my yield is going to be. So I'm wondering if I'm still going to have to buy from substitute for
Yeah,
well. So it'll be interesting to see how much I get from that.
yeah. Um, because I pretty much neglected my garden this year because been busy doing stuff, and I went to the summit thing, and um, I just probably a week or so ago, I just now got the cattle panel up for my tomatoes, which were already about 4 feet tall. So now trying to weave in, they're not been trimmed at all, so it's just they're real bushy and everything. Now they're like 6 feet tall, but now at least they got support to grow a little bit up. Yeah,
I mean, I'm trying to trellis my tomatoes too. I mean, it's a little ghetto, but you know what? I'm making it make with what
yeah,
I'm just trying to, keep them up. We'll see. I mean, they're just getting heavier and heavier.
oh
So
yeah, yeah,
it'll hold. We'll see.
yeah. I had problems with something eating my plants just in one bed. Everything else was fine, just in one bed. Well, at that time, and it ate my peppers and it ate my tomatoes. And I threw out the first batch that got ate and went and got three more, and it ate those again. And I just left them, and I said, "Well, let's see if they come back." And I bought three more just in case,
Mhm.
and they just started kicking up all of a sudden, doing real good, and come back. And you can see on one of them where they ate the center, the main stem at the top, so
Mhm.
it's really bushing out instead of growing up. But they finally took off, so now I got another three tomatoes extra plants because my backyard is real small,
Mhm.
so I can't I can't fit too much, even
Yeah.
though probably 90% of the backyard is garden. raised beds all over the place.
Yeah, that's awesome. Did you ever figure out what it was that was messing with your tomato?
Something small enough my security cameras didn't go off. So I'm thinking it could have been a chipmunk.
Okay, so you think it was a critter, not like a bug?
Oh no, it wasn't a bug. Yeah, it because I looked around and dug around and everything, no signs of anything. Just I don't know.
Yeah. I usually get peas every year from Susie. So the woman that taught me so much about water bath, and she grows the most amazing peas. I mean, by the buckets. By the buckets, people are buying them from her. And this year, I placed my order as I do every year, and she called me up and told me that her entire pea crop completely failed because the winter was not hard enough to kill off this
The bugs.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
I almost cried my eyes out. She said, because, I mean, can you imagine how much they've had to plant to supply
Yeah.
their family of like 9, but then other families that have depended on that? It was a huge loss for her. I was very sad about that.
Mm. Yeah. Hi, Diane. How you doing? Um. Yeah, that's it. It sucks, especially when it's you plant something and you get to a stage to where they're growing and stuff, and then something wipes them out. It's kind of hard to start over
Yeah.
because you have to start over next year
Yeah.
in some cases.
Yeah, and then it's just one of those things that I mean, I knew of, but I never really took so seriously in my mind on how
Yeah.
weather for the winter, all of those things factor into the soil and gardening and what's going on underneath.
Yeah. At least um a week of 0-degree weather
Really?
to kill off bugs. And we didn't have it here where I'm at.
Yeah. Well, we sure didn't this
Yeah.
past winter. It was pretty mild for sure.
Yeah.
Shoot. Only 0 we get's got a 1 and a 0 attached to it here.
Yeah. Well, you guys are used to all them bugs down there.
Oh man, I think that's why the mosquitoes were so bad here this year, because we probably had 1 or 2 days that was close to freezing. That was it.
Mm.
Yeah.
And a lot of those bugs, yeah, they didn't have no time to die off.
Yeah. Your bugs, your mosquitoes carry off little chihuahuas and whatnot.
Oh, they will. That is a true story.
Um. Now, what would you say? Um, if you don't get peas, are you going to do something like green beans or something?
Well, I always usually do both. I mean,
Okay.
I'm just, out of luck. It's just
Yeah.
well, I guess you just don't get peas.
Uh-oh. Oh, there he goes.
Well,
Was the nap that good, Jeff? He's so tired he can't find the mute button.
probably having problems getting one.
Good evening, Governor.
Oh.
Just don't want
So
to leave y'all out.
there he is. Because you primarily just do water bathing, right?
Yeah, I mean, lately it's pretty much been like that lately. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say for the past 2 years, I've slowly transitioned to doing way more things water bath that would normally be pressure canned. The
Yeah.
only that I will always pressure can, because it's just so convenient for me and I just like it better, are beans. Like
Beans.
black beans, red beans, pinto.
Yeah.
Um, that's just something that I'm like, I'll just throw it right in the pressure canner. Or if I'm really, really just but I mean, it's a convenience tool to have, and for me, because it is in fact quicker. I just like the results of water bath with the food and how it tastes, the coloring of it
Yeah.
better than pressure canning.
Yeah.
Yeah, the preference, but I always say I want people to do what they feel like is right in their kitchen.
Yeah. Well, the last 3 years, I don't think uh I can't think of anything that the ham. I pressure canned the ham. I had leftover ham from Christmas, so I
Mhm.
cubed it up and put it in little quarts and uh pressure canned that.
Mhm.
But lately it's just been water bath for a lot of stuff,
Yeah.
from oh a good amount of stuff. I mean, the tomato sauce took forever. Oh, because I've got one big pan,
Mhm.
and it's only 5 quarts. So that means I can only do 5 at a time.
Oh,
So
so when you
so I cook up the spaghetti sauce, onions, garlic, all that stuff in it. Not just tomato juice or tomato sauce. It's actual spaghetti sauce. Um, and then once that's all cooked up, then I put it in the jars and then water bath it and rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat.
Yeah, I've been there. I When I first started canning, I had one canner, and that's how it was. It was the biggest pot I had, so it was what I could use because it was like,
Yeah,
and then rinse it once I was done. Filled up the jars, rinse it, and then water bath it and do it again. That's a pain in the butt.
yeah. And this year I I was lazy and used immersion blender and just
It
which
works.
worked really good. I
Yeah,
Oh
might
yeah.
I might actually keep that because I just put all the tomatoes in there, skins and all,
yeah.
uh, and just and the paste tomatoes, because I did two different. I did actual um, purple Cherokees
Okay.
because I got a ton of tomatoes off my purple Cherokees. So the only thing that I could think of do is just make um, spaghetti sauce. Um, that spaghetti sauce is a little bit more runnier, and it's a lot more sweeter
Mhm.
than the Roma tomatoes that I
Mhm.
did. And even that immersion blender just tore up. There's no seeds or anything. It's all ground up together. But it worked good.
Yeah. And you know what? Like when my sauce came out a little too watery, because sometimes it does, I
Mhm.
just put it on top of the stovetop and let it simmer down a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah.
Um, and that's one of the things that took so long is, um, you know, letting it reduce,
Yeah.
and then filling the jars up, and then do all that stuff all over again. Now, I seen one person have one of those big roasters, electric roasters, and I've been looking for one of those because that's like perfect. You just put all your tomatoes in there and just let it cook down, and then
And you could even like take out, because I have a roaster. Finally, I got one last year because I was like, I need a roaster because of
yeah,
I do everything in big batches, and as my tomatoes were reducing, I was taking out liquid.
yeah.
So that's, and I think I learned that from, it was a homesteading channel. They have a really big channel. Oh my gosh. I Homestead Acres, or they're a married couple. Oh gosh, I don't know. I feel bad I can't give them the credit, but I could see them.
1870 homestead.
No, not 1870.
Oh,
They kind of they're super sweet and kind like that. Like
it just makes it a lot easier. I'm and it's probably a mistake, but Goodwill has one, but they got a little bit too much for me, and I'm waiting for a half price labels to go on. Because every once in a while they'll have a deal and they'll say orange labels are half price or 25% off, and then I'll nab it because nobody else is getting it either because it's a bit pricey, especially nowadays. Everything's tight.
now everything is ridiculously like
Yeah.
just going to the grocery store me anxiety.
Best thing I've found to do.
What?
I got a bad language. I got a slow leg. The best thing I found to do is go to like a fruit stand or a farmer's market. And you know they're going to be throwing away produce that's close to going bad. Go get that, pay them a little bit, and bam, you save money and you got food on your shelf.
Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for is that $20 mark. Right now they got it for $30, and I mean, if it was in better shape, I would probably jump all over it, but it's been used a bit, but as long as it heats up and
does its job.
Yeah, I don't care what it looks like.
Yeah, exactly.
And that'll save a lot of time, especially since I'm gonna have more plants. I don't know if they'll do as good as last year because I'm doing San Moranos this year instead of Roma tomatoes. So
You got to be
three plants. I got 3 5-gallon buckets of tomatoes off of just 3 plants last year.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they did so good. And I was like, because the previous year I got enough, but I didn't do any canning or anything because it wasn't quite enough to do multiple batches. So I didn't bother. And then last year I was like, oh, I gotta get some canning going. I keep checking the farmers market, see if they got green beans, because I want to do up a bunch of green beans.
Now, when you go to the farmers market, like, do they give you deals at the end of like the day? Because I know in our farmers market, like if we go in like the last hour and a half, they give you like the best deals. So they're like practically giving.
Yeah.
They do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Well, the only problem with our farmers market, it's more of an arts and craft now instead
Oh.
of selling food, because they put so much regulations on everything that people stop selling. Because there used to be eggs, milk, meat, and that kind of stuff. And then WIC came in and said, "Oh, we'll give vouchers out so you can get free produce for your kids and whatnot." Which,
Yeah.
I mean, that's all good and dandy, but then they made it to where, oh, well, you have to make sure that your milk is pasteurized and it's approved by the government and all that crap, and they just stopped coming. I don't know where they went, but they just stopped coming.
Yeah.
Which, like, I never had any problems with anything that I ever bought from them. And most of them were Amish, because we're 5 miles away is Amish area. So that's where they came to sell their produce and stuff, and they just stopped doing it. It's just too much when the government gets involved.
Yeah. Yeah. It's always very disappointing and difficult when they get involved. I feel like almost anything that because I feel like it's constantly just another restriction, something else or it's
Mm-hmm.
you kind of wonder if you're even free anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, we're still better off in some other countries, but
Sure.
you wonder sometimes
Yeah.
how long,
Yeah.
because like when I was going to that summit thing, I had to go through Amish area because it was actually in the Amish area.
Okay.
And used to be, horse and buggies. You'd have to wait and go around the horse and buggy. Now it's electric bikes.
Really?
Everybody's riding electric bikes. Yeah. You'll see the the Amish girls with the dresses on trying to ride those electric bikes, and they're going like 40 and 50 miles an hour on them things. The cutest one was a little lady in a three-wheel bike, tricycle looking thing. Had big old baskets in the back and everything, and she had it loaded with produce. I only ran into, but only seen one horse and buggy, and it was an old couple coming back from wherever they were going, and people beeping and honking trying to get through, and it's like everybody's in a hurry to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Grace, this is Make It Make. That's not Rebel Canners. Rebel Canners was last week. Did I put Rebel Canners on here?
Was coming tonight.
Huh?
I thought she was coming tonight also.
Oh no, she was last week. She's got something going on. She won't be available for 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we'll probably keep on doing this for a good while because it's canning season.
Yeah. I haven't really gotten into canning anything that's really come up yet because it's still so early in the growing.
Yeah.
So it's like the hardcore canning season starts in like August.
The beans that where I have to actually drive to go to a little market. It's alongside the road type deal, and their green beans are $2 a pound, and they're extremely skinny. And I was hoping for some meatier green beans than that, and so I'm gonna hold off a bit. And I'll wait and get like 10 pounds and then do them up and then see how it goes.
Yeah.
So, Jeff, are you going to be or have you canned anything lately?
I'm sorry. I was distracted by my family. Can you ask that?
Oh, I was asking Jeff.
Oh, sorry.
See if he's canning anything. I think he stepped away. Have you canned any bread?
Never tried that.
Yeah, because well,
No, but I bought a lot of it.
well,
I
the
have.
one I seen somebody doing, because I've kind of wanted to dabble into it, is canning bread, but the one I seen is, and I'm kind of iffy about it because they actually put the jar in the oven and put the batter in there and let it bake a little bit, and then they'll put it in a water bath or pressure canner. So I was kind of curious if you have done any bread, canned any bread.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I have. I canned pumpkin bread, and I have a video on it. And I did put it in the oven. We did fries. This recipe is really cool because the link, I mean, it's not my recipe. I have to give credit to the blogger that wrote about it, how her family did it. And it's pretty cool because there's many different breads that they made. It wasn't just pumpkin bread. There was regular bread. There was, I think, banana bread. But yes, it was in the oven. It did last. And it was great. It was super thing that I felt like I tasted in my pumpkin bread was it tasted a bit eggy. Like I felt like I tasted a lot of egg.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I had maybe 1 or 2 jars that came out like that. Everything else was perfect moist pumpkin bread. Now, whether or not I put it in a water bath, I actually don't even remember that. So refer back to my videos to see what it was that I did.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I have.
Hey, Chris. Yeah, that's her channel right there. Easiest way is make is easiest way to find her. Well, actually, I'll keep it up there for a bit. Yeah, because I was wondering, because a lot of people say if you put jars in the oven, then it's a chance that they could fracture and stuff later on down the road or whatnot. So that's what I was concerned about, and to me, that's only way I've seen them do the bread is in the oven first, and then in a canner.
Mm-hmm.
So that's, yeah.
I mean, I've never seen it done another way than that as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because zucchini bread would be good too.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I wish we had more of it, to tell you the truth. Because so you know who I think also did a bread? I guess another channel that I won't be able to. Simply Alaska. Ariel.
Oh, okay.
She did a bread. She canned a bread. I think it was about 2 or 3 years ago that she did this amazing bread, all kinds of lovely things on it. In it, sorry. So I would say if you could find me.
Huh. Yeah, that's one of my okay. Oh, yeah, we got Troy here. Make it
Badly,
a
I
really
keep
good
freezing
channel.
up.
Been watching for a long time. That's good.
I can't read. I'm so sorry. But not.
Troy Sutton.
Oh, that's awesome.
Hmm.
So sweet. Sorry, I can't find my readers. I can't see anything.
Oh, I'm getting that way too. I have to wear glasses now. They're making me wear glasses and stuff whenever I'm on here.
You're now getting that way?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I'm just like, am I allowed to ask how old you are?
56.
I'm gonna be blind by the time I'm 56.
Well, I can see long distance. That's the easy stuff. It's when I have to sit here and look at the little fine print that they put on everything. That's like,
Oh, and I'm making that face all the time, like
everybody thinks I'm making faces at them.
no spring chicken anymore. It's just the way it is.
Yeah, she cans the old fashioned way, huh? Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Now I know there's the issue with spaghetti sauce and tomatoes.
Mhm.
Do you add lemon juice to yours?
You know, I get that question a lot. So I have and I haven't. You know, it depends on the acidity. Is that
Yeah.
of your tomatoes? But it's also one of the things too where I'm not trying to just throw caution to the wind with this, but I've also known people who have never even thought about it and have just been doing it their whole lives, where they've open kettled, even at that, not even processed it, but they've open kettled their tomatoes and never added lemon juice, never, tested the acid levels in their tomatoes, and they had success. So, but for me, I think just because the way that I started with canning, learning USDA, I always will add in a little bit of lemon juice, but it's not because I'm fearful. It's just because it's just like I've always done it, and I'm just
Yeah. I'll go in, and it depends on, because I was kind of the paste tomatoes. I didn't worry about those so much, but I was worried about the Cherokee tomatoes, the purple ones, and I tasted it, and it doesn't have, and I still added lemon juice. It's only a teaspoon. It's not like it's overpowering taste to it.
right.
Like, it's not like a ooh
Yeah.
or anything like that. It's just, might as well just add it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure, I'm almost positive there's been many times I've forgotten to add lemon juice, because sometimes when I'm in the zone of canning, I sometimes will forget something.
Yeah.
But I have people who are just like, you know what? I've had no problem with it. I've never had a problem with it. I've never have added lemon juice to it. So there's strong feelings with that. Then there's the strong feelings of adding the lemon. It's just, it really is one of those things where you just have to have your own confidence, do what you feel is best for you. kitchen. Like I always say, I know I sound like a broken record,
Yeah.
but at the end of the day, you got to do what you feel is comfortable. You're comfortable.
Yeah.
Confidence in what you're doing. You know.
Mhm. It's always good to learn stuff, but it usually comes down to what you're used to and what your mom did or your grandmother did or down the road taught you how to do it and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's I know Megan over at True Grit. She when she does her jams and stuff, she'll pour it in there and twist the lid and do it upside down. She said that's how her mom did it. That's how her grandmother did it, and she's never had any issues with anybody getting sick or not sealing or anything like that. And it and people always say, "Oh, you can't do that." No, you have to do it a certain way, and
Well,
she does it the way she wants to do it, and
yeah.
it works.
And there are reasons why people put it upside down. You know, the reasons, especially since I did the whole Slavic canning system. I have a video on how I learned from my friends who are Slavic. They're Ukrainian. They taught me how to use the Slavic system, and one of the reasons why they put their jars upside down was to see if they actually did have a proper seal, because if they didn't, they would see it seeping out into the towel, so they would know, okay, that jar is not sealed.
Yeah.
Different method. I mean, it was a crimping method for the lid, so it was more vulnerable to have leaks if you did not crimp it correctly the whole way around. Where very simple, we have the lid, the ring, but even still, it's not like it's I don't understand how that would be a problem.
Yeah. If she's been canning for years and years and never had an issue, why is it an issue for other people? It's
right.
And I like the ones where you were showing different methods of canning, where you used the reusable lids and all that stuff. That was good.
Yeah.
Gives you an idea of other ways of canning and stuff. Like Rebel Canners, she went like an hour and a half away to go get this steam canner. Where you set it up there and it uses steam to can.
Yeah.
And I thought that was cool. And it's in good shape. It doesn't have holes in it or anything. And I can't wait to see, videos of that in action.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if my grandpa had one or he used it as a oven. I don't know, because he used to have, because he did all the cooking on a coal stove, big pot belly stove, and he would cook pancakes on there or whatever. He would cook right on top there, and he had this big box thing. I thought it was an oven. That's what he used it for, but it could have been one of those canners. I think Jeff's having issues trying to get up here.
Is he?
Yeah.
That North Carolina in him.
Yeah, he's that way far up north, so the Yankees usually have bad internet.
That's what he said. He said it's slow.
Yeah. If anybody in chat has any questions, go ahead and ask away.
Yeah, bring him on. I'll do my best.
We can talk about him now. He's not coming up. uh, and do you do anything to where you use the vacuum sealer to vacuum seal stuff? Okay.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
Okay.
With that.
Do what?
I don't have any experience with that.
Oh, okay. Well, like I'll get the herbs or something like that. I know people that do flour and all kinds of stuff. They'll put like a little cupcake paper in there and use a vacuum sealer on it. I
Oh,
actually got a oh, here he is again. Oh, maybe not.
poor Jeff.
It's just one piece. It's rechargeable, and it just sets right over the jar and vacuum seals right there. There we go. Hey, Jeff. Maybe not. Um, what's your favorite jelly to can?
Bullet, and I put this computer out of its misery.
I would just say good old strawberry jam.
Strawberry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never did. I always had grape jam. And I remember going shopping at the supermarket with my mom and being like, can't we just get strawberry jam? We never
There's great jams in chat.
got
Oops.
Yeah, can't go wrong with a good strawberry.
No.
Oh, you got one of those too? Yeah, they're really cool. I was kind of, because the first one I seen was on TikTok, and it's like, flip a coin if you're going to actually get anything good. But
Yeah,
I actually got it from Temu, and I ain't had no problems. I think I went, a good 2 cases of jars before I actually had to charge it.
That's awesome.
So it holds a good charge. Whatever batteries that's in that thing, it holds a charge.
Excuse me a second. I need to grab my charger. Hold on.
Okay.
Sorry.
yeah, stuff like that definitely comes in handy when you're dealing with a lot of jars and stuff like that.
Yeah, because it's probably not as fast as a vacuum sealer with the attachment and everything, because I've got that too. But I'll put it on there and then hit the button, and then I can be working on the next jar and getting stuff in the jar. Because a lot of my herbs and stuff that I save, like for teas and stuff, I'll vacuum seal them. That way they last longer. And
In the bag or in the jar?
in the jar.
Okay.
Depending how loose the herb is, I may have to put a piece of parchment paper or something on the top so it doesn't suck up the herbs, the
Gotcha.
leafy stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I need to look into something like that because, yeah, I'm gonna have a bunch of herbs I need to dry out and do like what you
Yeah.
did, put in jars.
Yeah. And I could do it in bags and everything, but I don't know. I just don't like them. Like if say I need to make up a tea or something, then I have to cut the bag open, take out
Yep.
the amount I need, and then I have to seal that bag back up with
Sure.
the jar, using the jars, I just pop that lid off and use what I want, and then pop the lid back on and set the thing on there, and it sucks the air out, and that's it.
So convenient.
And I can look on my shelves and see what it is. And if it's something that's similar to something else, I just have a label on it.
I should do that.
Yeah. I don't know. It's probably more expensive using jars and everything, but I'm just gonna I'm gonna use my extra ball lids now for vacuum sealing because those other ones are so much better. Now you talking about earlier about your chicken and stuff. Which do you prefer, raw or cooking it first?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
I want to assume every question is for me.
I'm just here for emotional support.
It's all about me. Now, I just want
I'm
to.
here when it lets me.
Are you talking about me? And like you're talking about like when I make the broth.
No, not the broth, just
when
the chicken itself. Yeah.
I put it in raw.
Okay. Now, a lot of people say, when they do the raw, it makes the jars icky or it's cloudy or something. Do you? And that's a difference because you water bath.
I do not have that problem, and I do.
Yeah.
I bath all the chicken. The only advice I would give that if you are going to water bath or even can raw chicken is to use a wide mouth jar, just for the sake of the fact that you could actually clean the jar, because boy does that chicken stick to the sides of the jar.
Oh.
So anytime with meat, any meat, and as a matter of fact, use a wide mouth. But I don't see any cloudiness. If anything, I see all of the chicken juice and brine that.
Yeah. Most people do the chicken. Now, if it's ground beef, it depends. I've done both. If you do it raw, it's like really hard to get out of the jar.
A meatloaf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tend to like ground beef. I like to do sloppy Joe, and you have to be careful because everything amps up when you can stuff. Because the first time I made it I would like it. I made it to where I'd like it whenever I'd make it, fresh. And when I canned it, it was really strong. So I tended to not put as many spices in it whenever I was canning it to can it.
I don't think I've ever had that problem when it comes to putting spices in it.
Well, okay.
No, I'm not saying that.
I tend to like a little spice.
Okay.
I should have made that.
Okay.
And it was a lot stronger. It was like your nose running and sweating for eating a sloppy Joe.
I love spicy.
Oh, that's the good stuff.
Yeah.
I already know the answer, but you can go ahead and answer that.
I'd see if I'm reading this okay because I can't see. Yeah.
Do you ever can whole meals in a jar?
Yes. Yes. They
Yeah.
this a whole meal would always. I don't. Yes and no. The main portion of the meal that could be put on top of rice or pasta, something
Yeah.
like chili.
Yeah.
Eat it out, eat it just like that, or put it on top of rice or pasta.
Stew. Yeah.
Stew, exactly.
Yeah.
And then whole meals, I guess, nice hearty soup, things like that. Really, really like over the winter, especially over the winter.
Have you ever done chicken and dumplings?
I haven't.
Oh,
Good.
Did we?
well,
That'd be good.
there was
Mine don't
there's a
ever
video
make it to
coming
the
up.
jars.
Never make it to the jar.
That's the thing is that sometimes, like I just made Mexican chicken, and what was it? Maybe 6 jars I had. Well, 3 of them are gone now, and I'm pointed.
Did he have a passport?
Huh?
You make Mexican chicken. Did he have a passport?
Oh my gosh, honestly.
Not like my language.
What I do is put an electric fence around my jars because it's my husband that walks down in the middle grabbing it, and I'm like, "Where is it?"
I know I made it.
Exactly.
It's in my belly.
Now, this information I just learned from the summit was have a canning journal. Do you do anything like that to where you have a notebook or something where it keeps track of all the stuff that you can and everything?
Yes, it's called YouTube. And I don't think hard, Alec. Honestly, if I need something, I will refer back to my videos.
Yeah.
Is honestly no, I don't keep anything on paper. I really should probably. But honestly, that's how I've been doing it because I'm busy, and by the time it's done, I look at the last minute.
Yeah.
Quickly look up this video and let's see, how did I do that again? Okay, this is that. So
Yeah. Well, the way she put it, she has 6 people in the family, and they'll grow so much corn, and this is what she said it as, and they'll can all that corn up, and then at the end of the year, if going through winter, and then it's almost time to start growing again, and she'll look at her journal and see how much corn did they eat that year, and if they were ran out, they would grow more corn.
right.
That way it rounds itself out.
No, that's actually really smart to do.
Mm-hmm.
It is. That's a really smart way to go. For me, I did that with my ordering.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
But I do that with ordering, knowing how much do I need to order from Susie this year, where, like right now I have an abundance of green beans from last year. So I know for a fact I don't order more.
Yeah. Yeah. And that makes sense, because I mean, I would probably do the same thing. Like if where I lived before, I actually drove one of the Amish families to the store,
Mhm.
Not all the time, but every once in a while they'd come and ask me. And every once in a while I'd go open my front door and I would have, you know, a bushel of green beans just sitting there.
Aw.
And because that's how they did that's how they work.
And
And sometimes it'd be bread or whatnot, and I kept telling them no, it's okay, but they'd still do it. And then I would like, well, it's time to can up some green beans. uh, we'd have, sometimes there'd be tomatoes or anything like that, and I actually learned some gardening from him too, because he was a real good gardener. Because I was having the year before I was having trouble with yellow wax beans, because I always did green beans, but I wanted to do yellow wax.
Mhm.
And I had got the beans from a farmer's something or another, where you can go get big bags of seeds and everything, and planted them. Half of them came up, and he came by and he was looking at it and he says, "Where'd you get your seeds at?" And I told him, and he says, um, um, "Come by my place," and he gave me a whole bag of seeds.
Oh wow.
And soon as I planted them, they outgrew the other ones. And
Wow.
I asked him, "Where you get your seeds at?" And he said, "They're my seeds." Meaning he
Nice.
harvests the seeds from his previous crop, and he said, those are my seeds. And he says, you always grow double the amount, or the same amount and a half. So that extra bit is your seeds for the next year. And he says your seeds will be if you use the same seeds, they'll be better than the ones before. And he did that with corn and everything
really?
else. He never
Oh, yeah.
bought seeds.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Your
And
seeds store all your DNA of your climate, the moisture, the soil. It stores
yeah,
all that DNA in there. And each year it just keeps getting better and better and richer.
Wow.
why do you think when compost? Well, I'm taking Lutz here because he has a compost area where he's growing things out of.
Oh, everything
Um,
is growing out of there. Yeah.
Compost, it grows like crazy. It's because it's the seeds from the previous year. It's its own climate and everything. It knows the climate,
Mm.
knows the soil and all that stuff.
I love that. I think it's just amazing
Yeah,
that we can just. So many people just don't have this knowledge. They have
yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
and a lot of it's lost.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
One of the things that just shook me whenever I heard it, and this is the majority of humans. Right now we eat 12 plants and five meats. That's it. And there's hundreds of different plants out there to eat, but everybody goes for the normal 12 plants and the five meats. Um, it's the lettuce and tomato and whatnot, and that's what everybody goes to, because that's what society has narrowed it down to, just that. And very seldom, unless it's gardeners that, oh, I want to try something new,
Yeah.
I want to grow this, and then you grow it, and then it becomes a favorite and whatnot. But I was like, 12 plants, is that really it? And I was trying to think of them all to, and it's like, and that's sad. and there's the seed companies. There's 4 companies that own all the seeds. That's pretty much a monopoly that owns all the seeds that they save and whatnot.
When you were talking about like the that people generally just stick, I've had that problem trying to get people just to eat venison, which to me
Yeah.
is simple meat. Like to me, it's just like, oh, it's, you know, I would think it was, wouldn't say it wouldn't be unusual to eat. But I remember I made venison soup and I canned it, and it turned out amazing. I'm not bragging, but I mean, I really was, and it was because of the venison that it gave a different taste than the ground beef. But anyway, one of my family members wanted the soup so bad. I said, yeah, take it. Well, once they found out that it was venison meat, they drove it right back to the house. And I was like, well, what's wrong? And they were like, I can't, I'm sorry, I just don't eat venison. And I was like,
Why?
and I'm like, this is a good stew. Like it was a venison cabbage stew. So good. And it's just this that people are like, no, sorry, I can't do that.
Won't even try.
Don't even try. You know?
Yeah.
And I was like, wow.
More for us.
That's where I grew up. It was, I mean, we'd be driving and a squirrel got hit. My grandpa would pull over and pick it up, throw it in the back of the truck, and that was dinner.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as it didn't turn into a pancake. Yeah.
Yeah.
We had, raccoon. I wasn't a fan of raccoon, but possum, you name it. If it, we even had woodpecker one time because it kept waking him up in the morning. Yeah. And
Hey, I would
really
too.
surprised when woodpecker was really good.
Wait. How big are your woodpeckers over there? Because mine are like 3 inches.
Oh, it's a good size. It's
Oh God.
a good sized bird.
I was like, serve or
Yeah.
Ones down here look like guineas.
it was they're pretty good size.
hey.
You can knock down a tree with a rock right here.
That every morning that thing would go, because we had one tree in the back next to the outhouse, and that thing would go tut, 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 tut. And he'd go out there and throw something at it and go back in and lay down and tut, 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 tut. One day I heard a boom. What's that? He said it's dinner. It was pretty good. It was smaller and everything. And I don't think you can actually do that anymore. I think they're protected or something now.
Okay.
Yeah. It was a pretty good size one though, because most of the time you'll see there's different,
What they don't know won't hurt
kinds,
'em.
but this is it was a red-headed one, the big redhead. But yeah,
red-headed woodpeckers.
he didn't have any issues with
If I'm not mistaken,
woodpeckers now. Go ahead, Jeff.
if I'm not mistaken, they finally got put on an endangered species list last year.
I wouldn't doubt it. What was that other the Roadrunner? I know Indians would eat those because they're a meaty bird. They don't look like it. A roadrunner, beep beep beep.
I mean, I must not have a good sense of what they are. I thought they were kind of tiny with.
They're like the ones in Arizona. You can see them. They're like 2 feet tall. They're good size. Them, I'm sure they're smaller ones, but they're actually the state birds, so you can't touch them. But on an Indian reservation, because my friend would tell me, because I used to chase them on a dirt bike because they're fast and try to catch up with them, but I never did catch one. Someone told me, you better stop that. You're going to get in trouble. What?
Sounds like fun to me.
Oh.
He probably challenged you and blinked.
Yeah, they get moving pretty good.
Get that turbocharger.
Yeah, beaver's pretty good. I don't, and everybody says the tail, the big flap of the tail, the big beaver tail is good. I didn't like it. It didn't. I like the other parts of it. It is greasy though, like Tony is saying, it is greasy. And some people say the same thing about bear. It's a greasy meat. But I think it depends on what it's eating.
I've heard my daddy say
like,
he's a skunk.
Skunk? No, I never touched a skunk.
Yeah, skunk, possum. I'm not going to. Straight up.
No, somebody's got to clean it.
That's all that's left in the world. I'm going vegetarian.
Well, they say if you can shoot a skunk before it releases its stuff, then you just have to be careful of the glands
when you're eating it and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now there's an old remedy to break a fever and stuff, and it's the stuff that's in the glands of a skunk. Now I'm not a doctor or anything, but this old remedy, and I said, and I told my grandpa, I said, I'd rather have the fever because it stinks, but it go, they rub it on you and stuff, and it breaks your fever.
Man.
But yeah, I said no, I'd rather have a fever for a couple more days.
I'm with you.
Skipper, have you ever tried that horehound candy?
No, I haven't.
Well, hold on.
I'm gonna have to send you a couple bags up there.
No.
Okay. Watch what book. If I knew that, I would have bought you about 3 or 4 bags this past week.
I forgot all about it.
I mean, it's good.
Oh, I know. You told me.
Yeah, but John, that no.
That was the name of the candy. I thought it was like.
That's Jeff.
I seriously forgot all about it.
Yeah, Dad.
What does it taste like?
Horehound.
Yeah. Sore throat. Big time.
Well, here, I even show you what it looks like.
They got the wild cherry.
Never had it.
You're freezing up. Now y'all disappeared. There you are. You ain't never had that what? You right there. They coming to take me
Oh,
away.
dang it,
Ha,
it's
hee,
green.
ho, ho.
Hold on, I have to turn the green screen off.
Got wild cherry flavored. They got lemon flavored. They've got they got different types, and
That's
they
horehound.
good.
Okay.
And it's dripping all over me.
That's the plan.
Yep,
Kidding me? I
That's
thought
it.
you were in the greenhouse the whole time.
that's that's what it's made out of. I have to watch the cats don't eat it though. There we go. Now I'm back in the greenhouse.
Okay. Oh, the skipper, my tiller broke down. Can you bring your tiller down here?
You know what? Whatever, guys. I'm out there.
I'm gonna go put this back.
That
I was,
tiller's about like what I got, just about identical.
is the only tiller I could get my hands on. And of
Yeah.
course, I get old, freaking 60-year-old
I'm gonna tell
tiller.
you.
Mhm.
My tiller, brand spanking new. I threw that thing in drive and it yanked me all over that yard. And I'm about 6 foot and 220 some pounds.
Thank you,
And I mean,
beast then.
you ain't stopping that thing.
I wasn't trying. I was just trying to break up the ground. It was new ground. It was new ground. Never been tilled before. New ground.
Yeah.
And then it was such a small garden, so literally I was turning every 4 feet,
Yeah.
and the turning got less and less. I started
Oh,
outside and we're
when that thing started tipping, I was like, no, let it go, let it go.
I was scared.
Oh. Yeah, that's a big piece of machinery.
Yeah. Yeah, he took it. He's like, I'm gonna take it to the
What
shop.
got me is you was doing here.
Go on.
What got me is you was doing a handstand on that thing.
Yeah. Oh well, it's done.
Yeah, it did its job.
Yep. Yep.
Was you glad to see it go?
Well, yeah, so he picked it up and he's like, oh, I'm gonna take it to the shop, see if I can get some things fixed, and then I'll bring it back. And I was like, no, don't bring it. I was like, we're good. I'll shovel the rest.
Long as it's,
Hmm?
only if it's smaller.
Yeah.
Only if it is smaller, you can bring one back.
Hmm?
You need one of those little
My
what do they call it? The little ones.
Yeah.
one hand, one arm jobs.
I rent one next year.
Yeah.
Get a smaller one.
Yeah, I kind of wish that I could plow up my grass over here, but it's full of gravel. I'd probably have to dig down a foot of gravel to get rid of all of it.
Oh,
That's why I did the raised beds.
Yeah.
Because until 5 years ago, I never did raised bed. I always planted in the ground because it's so much. You don't have to water as much. And then I did the grow bags. The grow bags, you have to water like double the amount that you, even the buckets. I don't have to water the buckets as much as the grow bags.
Okay.
But
Well,
if you have the water, it's not too bad.
I was gonna say I got like 5 more minutes. I have to return to my family. So,
Okay.
any questions or anything to say?
Yeah, I seen somebody.
Well, I know you got about 4 or 5 new subscribers.
Hmm?
I said, I know you got about 4 or 5 new subscribers.
Oh, really? From the live?
Yeah.
Yeah, should have. I know Tony said he just subscribed.
Oh, that's cool.
Our cabin in the woods.
Oh, thank you.
And I think
Yeah.
Grace
Now,
did
if you want to
also.
see somebody makes good raised beds, he made some really nice raised beds. He cut the planks and everything. Or I think I don't know, he milled them himself or he had somebody mill them.
Okay.
But they're nice. They're the deep ones and everything. Yeah. Yeah. He has a nice garden. Well, his whole homestead's real nice, but I like when he grows especially when the onions and garlic. I like his setup for his onions and garlic.
Mm-hmm.
What are we having for dinner tonight? Grape jams?
That is the question.
Okay.
Poke and grits.
Friend that milled them up. Okay.
Poke out
It's
your
from
lips
your
and grit
tree.
your teeth, because that's all you get.
Yeah, they're real nice raised beds.
Mm.
Well, what's the use? A 12-ton jack to raise them?
They probably would. Yeah, how many onions did you end up with this year and garlic? Oh, there's Jan. Hi, Jan. Rice and stir fry. Oh, that sounds good.
Mm.
Does sound good.
We're having leftovers.
I made ham and split pea soup
Mm.
in the slow cooker or the
Ooh.
crock pot.
Here we go, talking about food.
Yeah, well, that's what we've been talking about with food.
Mm-hmm. I made Tuscan chicken last night and enough that I didn't have to cook today. So we're not good.
It works.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever canned any well, I can't even pronounce it now. Mexican corn?
No,
Or can you?
I haven't.
Probably best just to
Oh,
do
well.
corn separately and then mix it up after.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably what I would do too. I mean, I've canned the corn right after.
Well,
Now,
if I make any, I doubt it makes it to the jar to begin with.
yeah, I like it grilled.
Man,
Oh yeah.
There's nothing better. I mean, you can try to make it, um, from a can or something, but it's not the same as grilling that corn on the grill and then smothering it with mayonnaise and spices and then cheese. Oh, now I would have an issue eating it because I have to go take a shower afterwards. But because yeah,
Well, every good chef has to taste its food.
well, I tend to wear most of the food that I eat nowadays. Mayonnaise
you
and
know,
banana
Fat
sandwich.
Pal or Randy Chin.
I can honestly say I haven't
Hey,
had
that's
one of those.
good.
Mayonnaise and banana sandwich.
Yeah, I
Yes,
don't know
right.
about that one.
He's a Yankee. He ain't used to this Southern food. Like
No.
mayonnaise and
No.
peanut butter sandwich.
Yeah, that's
Had it.
yeah. Well, I've had that many times.
Somebody's unfriended.
Or
You ain't had that.
peanut butter and banana sandwich.
I mean, I've had a plain.
I've ate peanut butter and banana. I've ate.
I'm okay with peanut butter and banana, but any other combination past that, that's where I draw the line.
The only thing I've even ate a tomato, mayonnaise, salt, and pepper sandwich. But there's one thing I have not ate and not planning on it. That's sardine ice cream.
Oh, why would you want to?
The expression on the
Who's selling that?
Oh,
There.
Sad there's even a market for it.
Yeah.
There was a neighbor I had that done it. You notice I said I had a neighbor.
ugh.
Ooh, I don't even like ice cream no more after that comment.
I had lettuce and ketchup sandwiches before.
Ooh,
I mean, it's
like a redneck
not very
appetizer.
filling
Wait a
either.
You froze. I heard.
You're getting people sick, Jeff. What? Watermelon?
Watermelon pickled sandwich.
Okay.
Now, I've never heard that.
Well, is it pickled?
Is the watermelon pickled?
That
Yeah,
was
that's what I
me.
want.
I want to
Yeah.
know.
Or
Yeah,
is
that's
it
good.
watermelon in a pickle sandwich?
Oh no.
Sliced pineapple with mayo sandwich.
I heard somebody.
Oh man.
That
Yes,
I don't know.
that's
That might
good.
be. Maybe if the pineapple is grilled.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you that one. Yeah.
I try not to mix citrus and dairy. Yeah.
Wait a minute, mayonnaise ain't dairy.
I ain't saying nothing to that one.
That's
Close enough to the food group to be eliminated from the
egg and
category.
oil. Have you ever made your own mayonnaise?
Oh yeah. Can't beat it.
Really?
Nope.
If you made a bunch up, could you can that and store it?
Mayonnaise?
I don't know. I mean, like, no idea.
Oh, here comes another video. We got 2 videos she's coming out with. Chicken and dumplings and canned mayonnaise.
There you go. The Mayo Challenge has been issued.
Did grilled cheese peanut butter sandwich.
Hey, wait a minute. Hold on. If pickled watermelon is pretty good, has anybody tried dehydrated watermelon?
Yeah.
Don't say
No.
nothing.
I like watermelon anyway.
Freeze
Really.
dried watermelon's good.
Right. Like
Yeah.
I could eat it dehydrated. I don't think I'd have a problem with that. Yeah. All right, I gotta go. Husband's calling.
Grilled
Okay.
cheese, peanut butter.
Thanks for joining us tonight, though.
No, thank you so much for having me, and definitely invite me again if you want. Only if you want. Sorry, I
Oh
couldn't
yeah.
last week.
Pleasure
that's
meeting you.
fine. It was a last minute thing.
I wish my
was just
internet
inviting
was better.
I wish your internet was better too, Bear.
Pickled watermelon, right? Yeah, that's good. Pickled watermelon, right? Good.
All right, y'all.
Have a good evening.
Yes, it is.
Good night.
Night.
Y'all look, it's trying to go south on us. Y'all have a good one.
I heard what you said. It rubbed off
Who? What?
seconds.
Where?
Love you. Bye.
Bye-bye. Let's see here.
Nothing.
I think there's like a relish too.
Catching about every
watermelon
other
relish.
sentence. Relish.
I'm still waiting on the
Watermelon rinds
the
off.
pickled watermelon thing from Phil R. The sandwich, is it pickled watermelon or is it watermelon and a pickle sandwich? Oh, there it is.
I think he said it's pickled watermelon.
Regular watermelon.
Gray said pickled watermelon's good.
Yeah. Regular watermelon and pickles, cheese, and okay. I don't. Now I've had balsamic vinegar on watermelon before, so, but not with cheese or pickles though. So that might have the watermelon, pickles,
Gouda
cheese, and balsamic vinegar. Huh.
Combination.
And, yeah.
I like all those ingredients though. I just never had them together in one bite.
Bushcraft, I'm catching about every other sentence y'all are saying.
What a way to freeze there, Jeff.
Oh man.
Oh.
Ooh. All right, good thing you unfroze. That was pretty brutal.
Might have to start asking what your gender is.
Oh man.
Yeah, thanks for dropping by there, Tony. You have a good dinner. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and end it a little bit early. I've had some strange combinations of food, and surprisingly, were delicious. Yeah, sometimes you come up with a combination and it works.
Oh yeah.
Let me go ahead and get the Vineyard Chicks link here. Go live. Oh, there it is. Let's see what they got for tonight. Oh, I see some AC/DC. Oh, this is 80s. Oh, that's right up my lane right there. Yeah. Let me go ahead and get their link here. And drop that. Copy that. And I will see you. Well, it's not. There we go. There we go. Make sure you head over to Vineyard Chicks. They'll be starting at 9 o'clock. That'll give you time to get your watermelon, pickle, and cheese and balsamic vinegar sandwiches.
And a sweet tea to wash it down.
Sweet tea. Yeah, there you go. We will see you guys over there.
Night, everybody.
And we'll catch you on the next one.